Welcome to the special meeting, Freeholder Board, held on Friday, November 16, 2018 at 3 o'clock p.m. Roll call, please.
Freeholder Graham.
Here.
Freeholder Lazaro.
Here.
Freeholder Patillo.
Here.
Freeholder Director Rose.
Present.
Freeholder Yardley.
Here.
Can I have a moment of silence and salute to the flag, please? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Appeal 1975, adequate notice is defined by Section 3D of Chapter 231, Appeal 1975 is made by regular mail. Such notice being submitted on November 9, 2018 from the Administrative Center of the County of Sussex, located at 1 Spring Street, Newton, New Jersey, to the following: New Jersey Herald, New Jersey Sunday Herald, Star Ledger, WSUS Radio, Diana and J Radio. It's also posted on the bulletin board maintained in the Administrative Center. Public announcements has been submitted to Sussex County Clerk in compliance with said act. Can I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So
Second by Patillo, second by Graham. Discussion. We have an addition, Mr. Kelly. We have an addition.
An addition? Ah, shit.
Okay. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Freeholder Graham.
I'm sorry. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. The agenda is approved. Executive session, closed session. Resolution regarding providing for an executive closed session not open to the public in accordance with the provisions of NJSA 10:4-12 et sec. Whereas the subject matters about to be discussed may be excluded from the public portion of the meeting by resolution of the Board of Chosen Freeholders as exception to the quote of the Public Meetings Act, end quote, pursuant to NJSA 10:4-12b. And whereas it appears necessary for the Board of Chosen Freeholders to discuss such matters in executive session, now therefore be resolved, the Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of Sussex, in accordance with the provisions of NJSA 10:4-12b and NJSA 10:4-13, that the Board at this time enters into an executive session in which the public shall be excluded, and be it further resolved that the general nature of subjects to be discussed related to the following items authorized by NJSA 10:4-12b is designated below. Matters related to litigation, negotiation, and attorney-client privilege, specifically updated on various legal matters, potential litigation, solar project, Pierce versus Integrity Roofing, Cochrane House Condominium Association, IMO, the guardianship of SD alleged to be an incapacitated person, fire code enforcement contract, communication center contract. Be it further resolved that the deliberations conducted in closed session may be disclosed to the public upon the determination of Sussex County Board of Chosen Freeholders provided by law. Public interest will no longer be served by such confidentiality, and be it further resolved that upon completion of the business which the board has entered to the executive session, the board shall reconvene and resume its meeting open to the public. Be it further resolved, the board expects to take formal action after return from executive session except to adjourn the regular meeting. Motion to adopt the executive session resolution and enter into executive session.
So moved.
Motion by Patillo, second by Lazaro. Discussion. All those in favor? Those opposed? The ayes have it. We are in executive session. I have a motion to adjourn from executive session, return to regular order business.
So.
Motion by Lazaro,
Second.
second by Patillo. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. We are back in regular meeting. Proclamation, certificate, presentations, non-public hearings, non-public session from floor. Comments are limited to 5 minutes or less and must only address issues regarding agenda items followed by a 3-minute response time from the Freeholder Board. Please state your name, print your name and municipality on the sign sheet. That motion to open the floor to public comments.
Open.
Motion by Graham, second by Patillo. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. The floor is open to the public.
Just stand here?
Yeah,
Stand over there.
You have to face the wall over there.
sorry.
Sign your name.
Harvey Rosette, Byron Township. And the reason I've come before you tonight, you have the solar program decisions that you're making, but I also want to bring to your attention that I have an Oprah into the county, to the freeholders. I've been looking for a document for 3 years that still is being withheld.
No, it's not.
Can I finish?
Not
I'd
like
like to
that.
finish.
It's not being withheld. We're looking for
I'd like
it
to
all the
finish.
time. That's fine.
Can I
Not to
finish?
you. But don't tell us who we're withholding things. It's not true.
I'm going to repeat myself. The document has been withheld.
It has not been
I'd like to finish.
finished.
The document has been withheld. The
Has
document,
not been withheld.
the document is a document that is the solar tax equity contract. And this document, 4 years ago, came about when the freeholders approved First Star to be part of the guaranteed solar program. And we provided this guarantee. This solar tax equity deal was a benefit given to the developer, who then was permitted to sell off that benefit to First Star Development. And First Star happens to be related to the independent trustee for this program. So we have a related party dealing. We have a contract that is out there somewhere that nobody seems to be able to find. And in 2014, this deal went down. In 2015, we bailed out the developer. In so doing, this bailout guaranteed that this tax equity deal would remain valuable. So in 2015, we bailed them out. We received a greater than $1 million payment, and in all our documents, we've called it a tax equity payment. So we've received in a transaction more than $1 million based on this contract that our attorney says we're still looking for. So we have an undocumented transaction. We can call it that it was part of the solar bailout. I'm going to say that it is a subsection of the solar bailout. It is more than $1 million. It should be documented. And not only should it be documented because it was a transaction of a considerable amount, but the CFO at that time came before us and said he fought to get that payment. We were not going to get any payment. Then we were offered $900,000, and the eventual amount came to over $1 million. So we've had a lot of interaction with all the various entities, but we have no fundamental documentation. And being the guarantor of this program, having hired a lot of the groups that supposedly were party to this document, having bailed them out, I think it's about time we replace the document that our former CFO was well aware of, because he did get us this $1 million payment, and he fought to increase this payment. So I'm here to make you aware of that. For me, I think this is insight into the solar deal that is missing. It's not even listed in the Boxer report that came public. I'm hoping in the more detailed report that you do have some knowledge of what this represents. Because what fundamentally this represents is the taxpayers took a bath on this deal, and somebody's making money because we lost money. So let's get the contract.
Agreed.
Thank you.
Very much agreed.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Anyone else in the public? Seeing no one else in the public, I have a motion to close the floor to public comment, return to regular business.
So moved.
Motion by Patillo, second by Graham. Discussion. All those in favor? Those opposed? The ayes have it. The floor is closed to the public. Freeholder comments. Freeholder Yardley. Freeholder Lazaro.
No comment.
Freeholder Graham.
No.
Freeholder Deputy Director Patillo. Approval of consent agenda, no items. Approval minutes, no items. Appointments and resignations, none. Resolutions, none. Awards of contract, change orders, bids, non-financial, non-personnel, non-administrative report.
No administrator.
County Council report.
No. No, thank you.
Unfinished business. New business. Public session from floor. Please note everyone's asked to keep your comments to 5 minutes or less, followed by 3-minute response time for the freeholder board. Please say your name, print your name, and spell it on the sign sheet. I have a motion to open the floor.
So moved.
Motion by Lazaro, second by Patillo. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. The floor is open to the public.
John Snyder, Sanderston. This past Sunday was Veterans Day, and I was off Sunday before to the Veterans Ceremony. And I thought about this a few months ago. I don't know if it's ever come up because I haven't been to many meetings lately. that we have Jeffrey Parrott started this Veterans ID card a few years ago, and you get discounts at various places. As a matter of fact, I was at Russell Spinks, if you know this Russell Spinks, 93-year-old World War II veteran. Took him to lunch on Wednesday up at the Layton Hotel, and he had his World War II hat on. So when we were coming out and the waiter was finishing the meal and looked and saw his hat, he said, "Oh, we give the 10% discount to veterans here." I said, "Well, I'm a veteran too." Okay, so we took 10% off each of our bills. And I was wondering now, does the county offer a 10% or a discount to the veterans? For example, if I go to the landfill and it's $115 a ton, whatever, do I get a discount? Take my card out and the county
That's
itself
not us.
offers a
That's
discount?
MUA.
Hmm?
That's not us.
Well, you fund, don't you, fund part of it and point people to sit on the board? You don't appoint people to be on the board?
We don't fund them.
Okay, you point people to sit on the board, but there's a connection.
Yes,
It's
there's
not-
a connection.
It's not like we're dealing with Rhode Island, but has there ever been any effort that the freeholders have made or the administrator that various services that are available through the county and through county governments that maybe should also consider having a veterans discount?
That's a good idea.
That's my only comment. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Anyone else in the public? Seeing none from the public, I have a motion to close the floor for public comment, return to regular
So moved.
business. Motion by Lazaro,
Second.
second by Graham, discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it, the floor is closed to the public. Can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? Motion by Patillo.
Second.
Second by Graham, discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it, the meeting is adjourned.
All right. Off we go.
Happy